Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. I am in Wilmington, North Carolina, visiting Parkway Subaru, and today I'm checking out a 2017 Subaru Forester. Now this is a very roomy and comfortable vehicle, and it's in a really great color too, so let's go ahead and check it out. Now this one has the 17-inch alloy wheel with the two-tone pattern there, looking pretty sporty. Now this vehicle has four-wheel disc brakes, and all four rotors are ventilated. The name of this color is Jasmine Green Metallic. That's an interesting name. Really love the color too. So here in the front, you can see it has this matte black, or should I say semi-gloss black grille with the chrome accenting it around the outside. You have a reflector headlight system with the high and low beams and a reflector housing powered by halogen bulbs. This is what the key looks like. It's pretty traditional. It has the lock and unlock buttons there, place to open up the trunk, and a panic button. You also have the emblem on the reverse side there. All right, let's take a look on the inside. Starting here on the passenger side door. So you have a two-tone gray and black interior. The armrest is super soft to the touch here, and all the way up here, soft to the touch surfaces. You have the handle, and then you have that angled power window and door lock control, which is pretty neat. Bottle holder and storage compartments here on the bottom of the door. There's your threshold. You can see it has a raised seat, so it's really easy to get in and out of this vehicle. It's just perfect height for me anyway. Now the seats are pretty good a ways off the floor, so you don't have your knees sticking up in the air, so that's a good plus for me as well. So you have the gray cloth seats with a soft texturing here in the center of the seat. Perfect bolstering. There's not too intrusive on your body, but they're very comfortable. Plenty of legroom. I mean, hopefully you can see that. It's just a massive amount of legroom, especially considering the height of the seats. So you have this metallic accent here. It's kind of a matte finish. Lockable glove compartment. And it's a smooth plastic on the inside, so you can keep it clean. Hopefully uncluttered, which I know that's hard to do. Then you have a soft dashboard. Here's the inside of the back door. Same styling, same quality. You have the soft door armrest, and then soft everywhere pretty much. And then you have the pockets down here, and you still have the angled panel for your power windows, which is pretty neat. There's a threshold, kind of a kick plate type threshold to keep the carpet from getting messed up. And look at all that the leg room here. The actual floor is really low down, and the seats are high up, so your knees are not sticking up in the air. You have, you know, just really adds to the comfort. It's like sitting in a chair, more like. A small hump there in the center, so the center passenger needs to navigate that, but it's not really a big deal. Now you do have a bench seat all the way across, so you can sit 3 people, and if the seats actually fold down in a 60-40 split fashion, so you can have a combination of cargo and passenger space. So you can see one side could be folded down to accommodate a large box or something, and you can still have a passenger in the back seat. This vehicle has a lockable fuel door on the passenger side, so you can talk your passenger into pumping the gas for you. So you have a basically cap with a tether here and a little place to put the cap so it doesn't dangle down and scratch your nice green paint. Let's take a look at the back of the vehicle. Now the tail lights are a combination of LED and regular light bulbs back here. Your backup camera is a little offset here off to the side, right there. You have the plastic threshold there to protect the paint. You also have the plastic there at the bottom, which extends all the way to the side of the vehicle as well. You have a single exhaust here on the right side. So opening up the hatch here, there's a little button so you can push. You just lift it up a little bit and it'll go up the rest of the way by itself. So here's your cargo area. Nice spacious area. It's very tall, so you can put a you could pack it up with your backpacks or whatever you want to put in here. You also have the luggage racks on top as well, so in case you need to put some stuff up there, you can. All right, so back here you have a little light here on the right side, little storage cubby here, and you have a 12-volt power supply, which is always handy to have. You have little hooks there, and you have the cargo tie downs there, but this is for your car seat. So that's your car seat anchor on the back of the seat, so you want to make sure you know which one is which. Okay, so you actually have more cargo space because you can lift this up, and you have these little storage cubbies here as well. Kind of gets you some more space. And then this lifts up, and then there's your spare tire and tools. Let's go ahead and start it up. So here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You see this one has the rubber all-season, all-weather mats in place, which is highly recommended on any vehicle, really. Then you have your accelerator and brake pedal and a place to put your left foot, which is very important to me anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To open the hood is very simple. Right here under the emblem, it's a little space. Right in here is a little latch, and you move it a little bit to the left. And you just barely, it just takes almost no effort to lift up the hood, and it goes right up. So really awesome there as far as opening up. The Subarus seem to have the tendency to be very easy to lift the hood. Okay, so here's your engine compartment. You can see it has the insulation all the way around, including on the firewall there. There on the sides, insulated battery. Now this has if you're not familiar with Subaru, they use a 4-cylinder engine that is horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engine. Some people call it a flat 4 or a boxer engine. But anyways, there's 2 cylinders on this side and there's 2 cylinders on that side, and they're flat, they're horizontal. So typically an inline 4-cylinder would just have them all standing up in a row, which gives you a high center of gravity. This gives you a lower center of gravity. And so that's really good with handling and stuff like that. And also you notice this is the intake here where your clean air goes in the vehicle, and the exhaust is out the bottom of the vehicle. So the way the heads are designed, you have the intake on top and the exhaust on the bottom, so it channels the heat away from at the bottom of the car and away from the actual engine and the engine bay and all that stuff. So that's really good. Now this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, but yeah, I'm glad it's not completely covered up with plastic, because some of them are just covered up and you can't see anything. But this one you can actually see a little bit, which is nice. And it's an all aluminum alloy engine too, so the engine block and the heads are all alloy, which is pretty neat. Okay, let's take a look on the inside of the driver's door. It's just like the other side. It's like a mirror of the other side, except for it has a few more buttons, and I really like that angled panel right there, so you can kind of look at it and see the buttons easier. You have a one-touch up and down for your front windows, so they go up pretty quick. Same thing with the passenger side. Your door lock controls are here, and then your side mirrors are controlled there. Manually adjusted seat here for the driver's side. You do have the ability to raise and lower the seat by using this lever, which is good. Your interior gauges can be, there's your dimmer switch for that. There's your traction control. You can turn that off if you need to. You also have a tilt and a telescoping steering column that you lock in place with that lever. Okay, so let's go and take a look on the inside. Very comfortable seats. It's like sitting in a chair. I have plenty of knee room and leg room. I could almost put my legs straight out. There's so much room here. So let's go ahead and start here on the steering wheel. It is a synthetic steering wheel with a leather type texturing, which is super durable feeling. It feels like it's indestructible and high quality too. Okay, so you have some buttons here on the steering wheel. The cruise control here on the right side. On the left side, you have your volume for your radio, tune through your presets, a mute button in the center, and then you have a button here for certain screens, menus on the touch screen there. Source changes through AM, FM, satellite radio, that kind of thing. And then you have your voice recognition button, and then your Bluetooth controls here to answer calls and hang up. Here on the right side is your windshield wiper controls for your front and rear. On the left side is your turn signal and your headlights. You have off, parking lights, and headlights there. So here's your gauge cluster. You have your RPMs on the left, your speedometer on the right, and there in the center is your fuel gauge and your odometer and the your trip. So a simple, easy readout, not too complicated, so that's really good. Okay, so let's take a look at this center stack here. Now at the very top, you'll see a little screen, then you have your touch screen closer. But let's go ahead and check out this little screen up here. You see this button that says enter and then arrows. I'm going to use that to scroll through to show you some stuff. But right now it's showing you a clock, which is really handy, outside temperature, which is really hot, average fuel economy, miles per gallon, which is not very good right now because the vehicle hasn't left the parking lot. So let's go ahead and kind of cycle through so we can see other information. I'm going to scroll down and it gives you some more information, distance to empty, average miles per gallon, that kind of thing. Then you give you like a real-time estimate as you're driving and an average. And then you got some more miles per gallon information there, like a chart. And then you can shows you what it's doing as far as your all-wheel drive system, which is pretty neat. Another average miles per gallon, average mile per gallon, and an acceleration percent. So let's go ahead and push the gas so you can see what it does, the acceleration percent there. Scroll down again. You can access your settings by pushing the enter button. And then it scrolls back to that screen with the clock and all. That would probably be my default screen. Okay, so here's your actual touch screen. You have a traditional volume, tune through the stations, and old school CD player for those of you keeping the 90s alive. So this is the home screen. So you have the 4 options here. The audio, which we'll go into first. So you have your presets here, and you have AM, you have FM 1, 1, 2, and 3. You have different sources though: AM, FM, AHA, Pandora, CD player, Bluetooth audio, USB and iPod, or an auxiliary input. So lots and lots of ways of playing music through the sound system nowadays. Alright, so let's go to phone. I don't have one paired, but once you pair a phone, you will have access to recent calls, phone book, make and send and receive calls through the Bluetooth system. And there's your apps like your Pandora and stuff like that. Subaru Starlink, which is an app that goes on your cell phone. And then a whole bunch of settings that you can go into and turn the beep off and stuff like that. Yeah, Bluetooth, audio settings, daytime, nighttime, and then your browser. Okay, so that's kind of a quick rundown of the touchscreen and what it does. Of course, you don't have to go into all that stuff, as you know, most of the stuff is going to be, most of the time you're going to just spend on the radio, I suppose. Okay, so down here is your climate control. It's pretty basic. You have 3 knobs: your fan speed, your temperature, and where you want the air to blow. Turn your air conditioning on, you recirculate the air, and then your rear defroster by pushing the center button here. So down here we have this little cubby compartment for putting some things like your cell phone or whatever, with a 12-volt power supply right there. Okay, so here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse so we can check out the backup camera. Now it's a little offset, but you're able to see fine because it's a wide angle lens. You can see all the way around, right, left, up, down, from the bumper to the sky, so that's really good. Especially handy for backing up the trailers. and certainty as you're backing up. See, there's neutral, there's drive. Now this vehicle has a CVT transmission, so it will maintain the right gear ratio or speed ratio to match the power band of the engine to give you the best fuel economy and power in the moment. Okay, so when you move the shifter over here to the left, this is a low range, so this tells the vehicle that you need a lower speed ratio than a normal, like say if you're going downhill or something like that, you need to use a little bit of engine braking. That's what that's for. Typically you just keep it in this position here. Okay, so here's your parking brake, cup holders, these little things that take up the slack of your cups. Here's your center armrest, and you might be able to share it with your passenger as a kind of a soft surface here. You lift it up, and there's a little storage compartment in here, and you can see it has a 12-volt power supply as well as a USB and auxiliary input, and it has a little place for wires to go in and out of the compartment, just so you don't pinch them while you close the armrest lid, I guess you could say. Okay, so here's your rear view mirror. It has manual day and night mode. Place to put your shades is here. Interior lights, you have some tap lights here and here. Now your interior lights, you can have them turn on with the door when you open up the door, or you can turn that feature off. You have a little ambient light right in here. Let me see if we can turn that on. Yeah, you can see a little ambient light, which helps out at nighttime, just kind of getting your bearings in the vehicle. Okay, so the visors have mirrors, but no lights. Same thing on that side. So let's take a look at the visibility. Not too bad. Lots of glass back there to see out of. The big side panels, you can see really well. You can see there's like almost no blind spot there. The blind spot would probably be way behind the vehicle, so that's not too shabby. So let me know what you think in the comments. This has been a 2017 Subaru Forester at Parkway Subaru in Wilmington, North Carolina. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Parkway Subaru in Wilmington, North Carolina for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle. And I'll see you guys next time.